Hello everyone, Chef Eric and welcome back to the channel for yet another amazing recipe. And today we're going to be showing you guys how I made for the first time these absolutely delicious chicken spring rolls. Now this is my first time, so this is not exactly a comprehensive recipe you can follow, but I'm sure you learn a thing or two about making spring rolls in this recipe. I completely winged this, trust me. So I just went as I added things and tried things, just trying to get like a result, and I got some pretty good spring rolls out of this. So it isn't a bad of recipe. I'll list it in the description box down below, and you can follow the method I did here. And if you feel like you want to try it, by all means go ahead and do so. So we're gonna start with some chicken breast and then add in some lemon juice, some salt, paprika, cumin, and some thyme, and a little bit of soy sauce, and give it a really good mix. And just shake it around and let it marinate in the fridge for about 2-ish hours. If you have a few more marinades in mind or a few more spices you think you can add to this recipe, by all means go ahead and do so, and leave in the description box in the comment section what you did and how it turned out, because I would love to learn a thing or two from you guys. So pop that into the fridge and you can now start to work on our vegetables. So first off, we have some onion. So here I'm using about half an onion, and just gonna chop it up into some nice cubes or circles or half circles, whatever. Just chop up your onion along with some garlic, along with your cabbages and your carrots. Just chop those up and then we can start to cook them. I'd like to take a moment for us to acknowledge how well I cut these cabbages. They're really nice and thin. Make sure you get them really thin, don't make them too thick. And then on the side of that, you want to grate in one large carrot. Then you can head on over to the stove and get started on making our spring roll filling, or basically the chicken. Yeah, so we're gonna start with some vegetable oil in the pan, and we're gonna go in with our onion, and you're gonna fry that until it's looking nice and translucent and fully cooked through. Then add in your garlic and fry that until it's nice and fragrant, or also a little bit golden brown. Once it's nice and fried up, you wanna add in your chicken as is and fry it until it's looking a little bit golden brown. My heat wasn't high enough to get it as the color that I wanted, but it was okay. I just kept cooking it. And once the chicken was fully cooked through, I went in with a fork or two and I started to shred the chicken. I felt like there was obviously a better way of doing this, but like, because I cut it into cubes, this is a very tedious process and it took quite a while. But just gonna take 2 forks, grab onto the chicken and shred it with another, just until you have much smaller bite-sized pieces. Once your chicken is nice and shredded up, you wanna add in your grated carrot and your chopped up cabbage and give everything a really good mix. Season with a little bit more salt and then switch it off. You're done, it's dusted, you're ready to make your actual spring rolls. You can add a little bit of water here and there just in case it's looking a little bit dry, which I felt like it was, so I added a bit of water. Add in some salt, and then obviously if you would like to use red cabbage, by all means go ahead and do so. Now for the spring roll wrappers, I saw this recipe on TikTok about this guy who was like, he mixed flour and water and salt and then just spread it out onto a pan. And I thought that was super creative, and I was like, hey, I should try this. That's why I stopped everything I was doing and tried to make these spring rolls. So before I give my verdict on exactly how this turned out, I'd like to take you guys through the process of what happened. This video is actually from an amazing creator on TikTok called Simple Yummy. I'll list their social medias in the description box down below. You can go check them out if you haven't seen them already. So I followed the recipe to the T. I mixed the flour, the salt, the water until I had a really nice paste. Although I was really afraid of over mixing it, and I felt like I over mixed it a bit. That's probably why it didn't go too plan, but like, it was okay. So I mixed around until it was nice and smooth, and I headed on over to the stove. This is where it just went completely, like, it wasn't like it was really that bad. I just felt like the process was extremely tedious, like just sitting there spreading, flipping, flipping. I was like, it took too much time, like it was taking too much time. The first one didn't work out. This is like the third one I did, and it was actually the best one out of all of them I did. That's why I put it on the video. But this process is extremely tedious. I do not suggest doing this if you don't have an extremely high level of patience. I felt as if I just made them the traditional way, which I haven't done, obviously. I thought this was really creative because I've always avoided making them because of how long it took or how tedious the process of separating and rolling the wrappers were. So when I found this recipe, I was really amazed. Was it worth it? I don't think so. But it's something you can try once in a while if you're really if experimental or you're feeling like you really need to try this. But I'm not saying by all means the recipe is bad. It's just that for me, something that takes this much time doesn't work out. Yeah. So once you have your wrappers nice and ready, you can now start to assemble our spring rolls. So you wanna start with a tablespoon of your spring roll filling onto the large wrapper, and then you wanna fold the bottom piece over it until you've almost fully covered the chicken. And then you want to take in both sides over the end, the left and the right side, fold it in on top of the chicken, and make sure you arrange your chicken in like a log shape. Fold this side in, fold this other side in, and then roll it up. And once you've reached almost towards the end, you want to take a little bit of flour and water and mix it together to form the glue that we need to make everything here stick. It's just, I made it quickly in a really nice, in like a bowl. It's really important to help everything stick and stay together, and avoid it from opening up when you fry it, or just like sort of making it a lot easier to handle. Apply a little bit of that glue and then roll it all the way round. And this was actually the best spring roll I made. The rest did not look like this, but like for first try, I'll give it to myself. They were okay. They were fine. Yeah. So these are the amount of spring rolls that I got out of the wrapper I was able to make and the chicken that I made. So I heated up some vegetable oil in a large frying pan, and I started to deep fry these. So just deep fry them on a medium high heat, making sure that you don't overcrowd the pan. My frying pan was a little bit small, so I did 3 at a time, but if yours is a little bit bigger, do a couple more, but make sure you do not crowd the pan. Like if you overcrowd, they won't cook properly. So once they're looking nice and golden brown, you can fish them out and then lay them onto a paper towel. So yeah, it turned out okay. Will I make this again with the same procedure? Absolutely not, but do look forward to another attempt. So thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure you subscribe for more amazing content every single Monday.